Hello, yarn friends and fiber enthusiasts. I am Capi, and the name of this podcast is the Yarn and I Capi Podcast. So my Etsy shop is the Yarn and I. I am on Ravelry and Facebook as the Yarn and I. I am the Yarn and I Capi on YouTube, and I also have a Ravelry group that is the Yarn and I Capi Podcast. And on Instagram, I'm the Yarn and Me. So, I hope everything is going well in your lives. Mine has been a little crazy. The last time I spoke with you, I think I was on my way to a fiber retreat. And if it wasn't the fiber retreat, I was going to my mom's to get her and bring her back here for the summer. So it's been a whirlwind, and all is pretty well. We're getting used to Mom's limitations and things, and we're working through different aspects of dementia, but she's doing fairly well. So hopefully we go to the doctor pretty soon, and hopefully we will find that things haven't changed too much. So we'll keep you posted on that one. I want to say thank you to all of you who follow me regularly, and a special thank you and shout out to those who are new to my podcast. I got a lot of well-wishers, and I got a lot of thank yous from some of the podcasts that I've included in my I Love Mickey craft along. And so I'm really happy to hear that people are really embracing this and are looking forward to it and things. So we're going to talk some more about that a little bit later, but I just want to make sure that there's a few things that I cover, and then we'll get back to that. Okay. Any of you that won the drawings, congratulations. I mailed out all of your prizes. Or Margaret, who won my April shopper drawing, she asked for a pattern from Ravelry, so I sent that on to her. So I found out that after I had done my podcast that I had neglected to announce the winner for Marlicia's skein of leprechaun yarn that she gave. I talked about the yarn, but I didn't talk about who won it. And so it was Try Linda. She won Marlicia's skein of leprechaun green yarn for the month of March. And Linda is from Feasterville, Pennsylvania. So thank you, Linda. I know you were excited about it. I got your message, and I'm so glad that you really liked it. So anyway, and thank you for participating in my whatever makes you happy. So I'm hoping that we can keep that going. I did receive a message from sweetheart Renna. I love her. And she is donating a pattern for a prize, a Ravelry pattern. I think she set up to $7 or $8. And so thank you so much, Renna. You are a sweetheart. And I appreciate everything that you do to act as my moderator, because as you know, I don't always get in there very frequently. So it's nice to have Renna respond to everyone's posts and things that they've put on in the FO threads and things like that. It's nice to have somebody that's kind of that's got my back. That's what it boils down to. She's got my back. So thank you, Renna. And as I mentioned in the last podcast, and I found some other things I want to show you, I decided that I wanted to start my own knit along. I did the one for mental health awareness 2018, I think, or something. And I haven't done another one since. I've been kind of tagging along on coattails of other people's knit-alongs and things, crochet-alongs, loom-alongs. I always mean to include all of them. So don't, if I just say knit-along, please know in my heart it's all alongs. How's that? So I'm actually trying to get craft-alongs in my brain that it's, to me, it doesn't, I don't want to say it, I don't want it to sound bad, but to me it doesn't matter what you do. It's if you enjoy what you're doing. So to me, a craft along can be pretty much anything that makes you feel like you're doing something fun. So I'm trying to get that craft along words in my head. It's kind of hard. Anyway, so in that respect, I wanted to come up with something of my own and something that is repeatable, because I am always so crazy busy. I don't have time to come up with all these other ones. So this is going to be the one that I think I'm going to stick with. And I'm thinking that this is going to be, it'll run every year from January until Mickey's birthday, which I wrote down. Oh, November 18th. That is Mickey's official birthday. So I thought this takes care of it. I encourage you to do double dip, triple dip, quadruple dip, and whatever dips go on beyond there. So if you can work this out with other podcasters, alongs, hey, have at it. You know, I hope you win prizes everywhere. So this is going to be the I Love Mickey craft along. And it can be kits, it can be patterns, it can be yarn names, it can be a project, it can be refer to characters, movies, resorts at Disney World. However you can make your project with the colors or any of those things I mentioned, work that into what it reminds you of, or you know, like the colors, you know, like if you go into the Dumbo ride or something like that. I just need you to justify where you're coming from, and I'm fine with it. So just make sure that when you post your FOs, okay, I'm going to say it again. When you post your FOs, make sure that there is a Disney reference. Okay? That's all I'm asking. So it's pretty simple. So if you don't have a reference, then I'm afraid that maybe the Mickey police are going to remove you from the giveaway, and I don't want to do that. So please take care of that. Okay. So speaking about the double dip opportunities, okay, I want to mention again, these are the podcasts that are probably my first round of go-to podcasts that I try to catch. So there is the Crocheting Hoovian, which is Laura Concert. And Laura has joined forces with the Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal, which is Dockfire Woman, also known as Deborah. And they are doing a creature feature. And especially April through June, it would be pretty easy to double dip in their giveaway, because they're talking about their concentration is farm animals. So a mouse, a duck, a dog, all of those Mickey characters, they kind of fit in with the that theme, I think. So, and then Deborah, the Diary of of a Physicist Farm Gal. On her podcast, she is doing Never Have I Ever. I think that one is hers. I hope I haven't mixed it up. And I actually just went in and looked in Ravelry, and there are a lot of different. If I searched Disney last time before I talked to you, and I found all kinds of patterns. And then just before I went on the air, I checked out Mickey Mouse. Did that in the pattern search. Just put in Mickey Mouse, and tons of things came up. So then Never Have I Ever, like if you haven't made a washcloth or I don't know, just something like that. There's lots of things because they have Mickey washcloths. Or if you are participating in, oh gosh, I can't remember who is doing they're doing the 19 washcloths in 2019. That is one of the Marlicia's on Pen, Hook, and Needles. You can check out there, and it's either Vonnie or I can't remember, B-Wing, Brittany. Somebody's doing 19 of these things in 2019. So if you were trying to get 19 washcloths done, you could use a Mickey pattern and do a double dip there. So anyway, check those out. The next one that I am working, I have done my along to kind of go along so that you could use them as a double dipping opportunity, would be Heidi of the Undead Yarn Podcast, and she is doing a Finish It or Frog It. And so I think there's a lot of opportunities for you to combine Disney things with that. And then, of course, Marlicia, Pen, Hook, and Needles Podcast. I am co-hosting with them on the Tea and Tails shawl. There's a lot of opportunities there. And then through June 30th, the Autism Awareness. You can definitely pick out bright colors and things like that. And then Sparkle Like the Star You Are. Of course, you've got opportunities there. So I hope that gives you some ideas. And the patterns that I looked up now, we talked about in the last podcast, my favorite things. It's a cowl type thing that was by Jill McGee, MC capital Gee. It's a free pattern. I told you about the Mickey Mouse hat, or maybe I didn't, but Marlicia sent me a message about it, and it's a beautiful hat by Akumi Kayama, Kayama, and it is called Mickey Mouse Hat, and that's a beautiful like tam, and it's got Mickey's in there. It's a black and white kind of tam, and it's beautiful. So I also, if you search Mickey Mouse washcloths, you're going to come up with a lot of things there. And then there's another cute hat. This one would be for say a toddler or something, and it is called Mickey Mouse Knit Hat. And that is by Cynthia Diosdado, Diosdado. And it is a black top part, black with the black Mickey ears, and then the brim around it is sort of like Mickey's pants with a couple buttons. It's cute as can be. So hopefully that'll give you some ideas, and I really look forward to seeing. I've already seen some great things, but I'm looking forward to seeing some more things. So, hop on in and have some fun. Okay. Today I have a few things. We're going to my granddaughter's birthday party this afternoon, so I'm kind of doing this rather quickly, but I just wanted to kind of, show you some things. And the first thing I want to show you is to remind you about the kindness of three ladies from Florida and how they have contributed to the prizes that are available in the Mickey Mouse Craft Along, or I Love Mickey Craft Along. So this is the bag that has been done by Dreama, and Dreama has two daughters that are Rebecca and Kim, and they have graciously donated some stitch markers, and I showed you these last time, but I want to make sure I show them again. They are absolutely adorable. Look at the flamingos, and this is two Minnie Mouse charms, a silver and a gold, kind of not exactly coming up. Silver and gold, and they've got little like rhinestones in the bows. It's really cute. And then this one is a Mickey Mouse, obviously. So those are some prizes. And then I told you that I couldn't find what I had ordered. And actually we did a trade. So then they sent all of this stuff to me. Just so generous, so generous. And they're beautiful. So I wanted to show you what I couldn't find last week, or last time I podcasted. So this is Park Hopper. Remember I said it was like, it reminded me of a Park Hopper pass or something? Look at that. This is a little rubber. It says Disney made in China. And then here's the Walt Disney World also there for me. I mean, I don't know where this is, I think, Kim's stuff. I don't know where she finds this stuff. But anyway, I had to show you. This is why I had to have it. This is the tree from Animal Kingdom. Okay? And look at this. This just reminds you of an African area, savanna type. It almost looks like ceramic. You know, like it's just beautiful. And this, of course, reminds me of the globe. And then, let's see, what else is here? Okay, I showed you the tree. Oh, here's the castle. And let's see. So there's some Mickey type stitch markers. Okay. And then we have this one, which reminds me of like a Mary Poppins umbrella. Can you see that? It's kind of it's a iridescent and it's gold, but it kind of has the shape, reminds me of Mary Poppins umbrella. And let's see. Oh, then we have Tower of Terror, the ride Tower of Terror, and then you can also see this is like the Epcot. You know, that's the Epcot emblem, you know, I mean, you can't miss it. So, and these are on this wonderful hook, like a big giant lobster clasp. So they're all together, and you guys, you've got to go and check out 3 by the Sea. Okay, they have an Etsy shop, and so this is what started my love of their things, and it's so fun because we're now going to be doing some work together, so I'm really excited about that. But so this week I went in because I really felt like they had sent me so much stuff, so I wanted to go in and show them some financial love. So wait till you see what I got. Okay, so I have I think this might be I Love Mickey Mouse. I can't even remember. You'll find it when you go there. But look, first of all, you've got this one, which is obviously Mickey's shoe. Let's try with it. That's obviously his shoe. And that's attached to this big giant lobster clasp. But look at these. You've got Mickey Mouse. You've got his shorts. They also have this in mini. You've got the glove. You've got all kinds of other Mickey Mouse inspired pieces or stitch markers. And then, let's see if I can get them right. You've got, oops, they're backwards, but maybe they're right to you, come to think of it. You got MOUSE. Aren't those cool? Let's look at this one. This is you. You get it? Isn't it cute? Oh, they're so cool. So that was the one that I ordered. And of course, and then I got this because this reminded me of, we always would go take our girls when they were younger, and then Brian and I would go and have tea at the Grand Floridian. So I'm going to hold these this way. So this really these two charms reminded me of having tea at the Grand Floridian. And they're on these big giant lobster clasps, so I can put them like on a bag or something. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So that was what I got, along with the Mickeys. And Kim sent me some more giveaways. So I'm going to put these with the others, and so some lucky person is going to have these as well. So please go and take a look at 3 by the Sea Etsy shop. Their stuff is fantastic. They have a lot of other things. They do have Harry Potter. They have, I'm trying to think, just a lot of Florida themed things and that kind of stuff. But please go and take a look at what they have to offer. It's just fantastic. So thanks, ladies. I really appreciate it. And huge shout outs and hugs from me. So thank you so much. Okay, so I'll put that over there. So the other thing I wanted to tell you about is I made a shop up for Brian. Brian's been making those knitted hats with the pom-poms or without the pom-poms. And I'm really trying to encourage him to retire so that we can go around, somewhat around the country, maybe nearer to where my mom lives in Arizona and things like that. I really would like to see some of you people that I talk to and interact with and things. There's so many kind people that I have talked to on this journey that I've been on. So I really would like to have an opportunity to get somewhere near. Maybe we could meet up or, something like that. I mean, and then there's shops that I've heard of and all these things. And so I'm really trying to get him to retire. And my hope is maybe by October. So I decided that he needed a shop to sell his hats because they're going to be ready-made. And they are going to be made with hand-dyed yarn. I mean, and I already have some of my yarn dyer friends are willing to make some custom colorways for Brian, so that, and we will advertise their, excuse me, let me take a drink of some water. So we will kind of do a joint advertising thing where we actually, I would like to put their business card on the yarn, clip it to the hat somehow, and show that, that we've, we're really trying to be conscientious of sharing crafters or dyers that I think are just really cool people. And Leon Alexander They have signed on to do a custom colorway or two. Who knows? They are willing to do that. I have some yarns from Jessie of Dye Monkey Yarns, and who knows who else will join on the bandwagon. So if there's any of you dyers that happen to watch this podcast and you are interested in maybe, I'm not looking for you to give us yarn. If you would consider doing a custom colorway, and it can be what you want. I mean, I just would like to possibly have the opportunity that I can buy them at a wholesale, and then Brian will make them into some hats, and we'll see where this goes. So I have a show at Fiber Fun in the SIP, and that's coming up in September. So we're hoping to have some hats done for that. And then, we will be going, I have 2 retreats in November, and Brian is going to be making hats at those 2 retreats. We're probably going to let people know what yarns we have, and they will be able to pre-order some hats and have Brian crank them up while either before we get there or while we're there even. So that is at the Carolina Fiber Retreats and Tours, and that is the retreats that people come to get Christmas gifts or kits or things like that for Christmas gifts. So we're going to offer that service, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So along those lines, I got another shipment of pom-poms, and I love these pom-poms. Let me shake it, shake it, shake it. This is what you do when you get a pom-pom from me. I usually try and smooth it and put it in a plastic bag so it keeps it, nice, the shape and everything. And then usually I write a note at the bottom, shake the heck out of it, okay? And then it just really pops up. But look at, this is what Rebecca, the gal I buy my pom-poms from, calls opal. And it's pretty much just a multicolor type thing, but she refers to it as opal, and it is shiny. Like if you hold it like this, you get that white iridescent kind of thing, but then it's all these colors in there. And can't you just imagine this on a hat? So this is the extra large size, and I've got some of these, and then I also have some smaller ones that are, I believe she called them, they're either medium or large, I'll have to look, but they would be more for, say, a kid's size hat. So aren't these are fantastic. Rebecca is just a wonderful gal, and like I mentioned before, she's young. She's like 25 years old, and she makes these pom-poms, and this is how she's making, supporting a family. So this is really cool. And now she's selling them to, some of the big places, and so it's hard to get them. So I am lucky that I have, I can order them from her in a bulk, and then she, I'm like one of her regular people. So it's kind of fun. So anyway, wanted to mention these to you because they are going to go on in my Etsy shop, and I have no doubt that they're going to go fast, because these are just, people have been waiting for these, and she sells out of them all the time. So I'm letting you know, as my podcast viewers, that if you want one of these pom-poms, you get a head start on, because I'm not really going to advertise them, but they're going to be on and they're going to be popular. So anyway, have at it. And another thing that I have to tell you, to give you, and don't forget, you got some coupon codes if you are member of our podcast group, please make sure I know that, because then you can get a discount on things. So the other items that I want to tell you about and give you the heads up is I ordered from Furls. I've been waiting for them to come in. I have a size E and F crochet hook in this cherry. This is a resin crochet hook, and this is the colored cherry. You can kind of see some swirls in there. They're like some white swirls. And it's a beautiful crochet hook. So I have a shipment coming in on Thursday, and these are going to go like wildfire, probably. So I have cherry coming, and they had sold out of cherry and the cookie, which they call it cookie, but to me it's like an Oreo ice cream. You know, it's got black in it, but with the white, and it looks like Oreos. So I have 50 hooks coming in a variety of sizes. So I wanted to let you know they're going to be there, and give you the heads up. These are $22 each. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but these are glorious hooks to crochet with if you're a crocheter. And I know that Marlisha, I have to actually send her one, because I know these will help her hands, because that's what they're ergonomically designed. So this one is the Cafe. I have Cafe Swirl. Those are, I think I only have 3 left. I have the Cafe Cream Swirl. I do have some of those, but this is the Cafe Swirl. See, and it looks like coffee that has, the cream has been, if I held it like this, the cream has been added and it's floating through the coffee. Okay, so this is kind of what the cookie's going to look like. It's going to be a white background with pieces of cookie Oreos going through it. So you can imagine. Now this is a hook that I actually used and tried it out. So I want to show you what I did. I am hoping that my daughters are not watching this podcast, because this is a Christmas gift. So if you are, girls, just pretend like you used to when you would go in the closet and unwrap your Christmas gifts and wrap them back up so carefully that I never knew that this happened. So if you end up seeing this podcast, just pretend like you wrapped it back up. So I crocheted this using this letter P hook. It went so fast. I knitted the first white one that I did. This is using that Rub-a-Dub yarn that I have, and this one took twice as long to knit as this one did to crochet. So I think I cast on about 25 or so stitches, and then I did 2 rows of half double crochets, and then I switched colors, and I did all this middle part first, the striping, and then I just went around the edge with a chain stitch around the edge, and then I did two rows of half double crochet around it. And it is thicker than the knitted one for sure. It does take a little bit more yarn. So I ended up using 2 skeins of one of each color, and then I actually had to kind of go into a third. But I think if you're careful, you wouldn't have to do that. You would be able to work it out so that you only use 2. But isn't that neat? And so I think they're going to be really excited to get these to use in their bathrooms, as a bath mat. And it's 100% microfiber. You can't bleach the colors. You'd have to use a color-safe bleach if you want to do that. But on the white ones, you can use bleach with them. And it's really fast, real fast. So anyway, so I used this P hook. It says on the label of the Rub-a-Dub that you could use an M hook. And I used the M hook and I thought, no, this is really kind of too thick. So I switched to the P, and am I glad I did. It was lickety split. So anyway, so those furls hooks are coming in. I do have the wood ones, but I have to tell you, this is not going to sound very good, but I like these resin ones. I mean, the yarn just slides with them. I think they're pretty darn awesome, especially in the big sizes. So anyway, so you might want to write a note to yourself if you are in the market for some of these furls hooks. You might want to put it down that they're supposed to be here on Thursday, and I will probably get them in and post them immediately. So they should be there for sure on Friday. So just make a note. Okay. And let's see. I did a little bit of playing with my mom. I, kind of thought that we would try playing around with the art felt and stuff. And I haven't had a chance to do a video, but I'm going to do it, I promise, really soon. But I just wanted to show you these little things that we did. We just played, and I told Mom to just lay out, some of the fiber, and we went in one direction with the fiber, then we went the other direction with the base color. So here's the bases there. Just whatever she felt like and whatever I felt like. I did this one, she did this one, and I got some other ones here that we did. We did like 7, I think. Anyway, look at these. They're really cool. And then so we put, this is a silk hanky. So I wanted to show her my silk hankies that I dyed. So we just put some little fibers and different things just to see what would happen. And my idea for these is I want to make I saw these cards and I thought it was such a good idea that you could take something like this, maybe even half of it, and you could maybe put some buttons or some charms or anything here and kind of make it, or do some additional embellishing. That's the other thing is this is just like a piece of felt. Not very thick, okay? So this can be the background, and it can be either side, actually. Look, I mean, it's beautiful on both sides. But this can be the background, and then you could take some ribbon or yarn or the sari silk that I have or whatever and do some embroidery or hang some charms from it and make a piece of art. So I've actually bought some cardstock, and I've got some mats coming in so that somebody could buy a card from me, and then they can take that piece of art on the card, write something nice on the inside for the recipient, but then they could also give them this mat and actually have it, they can just put the card in the mat, put it in a frame, and it's a piece of art that they could hang on their wall. So I think it's pretty cool idea. So I'm pretty excited with that. So I wanted to do something that Mom was able to do with me. So these are some other ones that we came up with. This one is just beautiful colors. This is actually some that the base is just the same orange type base that we used on the other one, but this yarn or this fiber I did on my drum carder. So I'm anxious to play with that drum carder some more, but it's just, and there's little pieces of things in here. You can't really make it out, but okay, so make a perfect base for a piece of jewelry or something in the card, whatever, like maybe, cut it here. You could get like 3 different things out of this if you're doing some Christmas cards or something. I think it's got some really great possibilities. This is another one. This one I did. You can see. All right, let's get that in close. You can see it's got stellina in it. It sparkles. And then it's got some pieces. This is silk here, the white here. This little white streak that's going through is some silk. And this is some cotton rayon yarn. Some pieces. Actually, all I did was chopped up pieces and let them fall. And where they fell, that was where it happened. Okay, so that's one. This is another one Mom did. So she's got some silk pieces, that white there, silk pieces. Then there's some other different bamboo and things like that in here. Just whatever I told my mom to do whatever she felt. And it's such a freeing, liberating process to be able to just do what you want. And it doesn't matter what you lay down, because no matter what you lay down in the fiber and you try to design something, let's say you see something or whatever, it doesn't come out that way. And it's such a surprise, but it's always a good surprise. Okay, here is another one Mom did. So you can see there's the sparkle and the silk and the different things. Okay, you can turn it whichever way you want. I mean, kind of looks like this head here looks like a dog. This looks like a tail here. I don't know. You can see different things in here. So this is using that art felt paper that I have. There is some in my shop, and then I think what I'm going to do is cut up some other pieces, because what these were like, let's say 6x6 pieces, and then they shrink down, something like that. And we actually extended over the edge, and so that we got these unique edges. Like, you can just kind of see the edge, how it's wispy and things like that. So now this was one I did, and it didn't come out the way I wanted, so next time I'll have to try something different. But I tried to make it under the sea, water. And then I have some silver, Tibetan silver, not real silver, but Tibetan silver fish. And I was going to put like some fish across here. And then I had some beads, so that's what my plan is, that I was trying to make a background that I could then applique and things. So I think this is, even though it looks like nothing right now, I think it's going to be really cool when I get done with it. So anyway, so that was playing with the art felt paper and the fibers that I have. And like I said, I'm going to try and get a video pulled together, because I think that, first of all, it's never have I ever, so maybe never have you ever felted before. And it's a really easy way of dipping your toe into felting. And felting is so much fun. I also have some patterns of things. I did here, this is a piece of felting. Now this is knitted. Okay, so what I did is I knitted this. I started at the top, and then I added some stitches. It's done in the round. And then just like we decrease for a hat, first of all, I did, I don't know, maybe 10 rows like this, done on a very big needle, by the way. This is 2 strands of like worsted. It has to be 100% wool, so it felts. Or it can be like a blend that's at least more than 50% wool. So if you've got something with silk or something hanging around, and it's a yarn that you don't think you're going to use for anything else, and you want to try it, that's a fun thing. So anyway, I then, so I increased stitches because this actually kind of goes inward like this. And then this was just some wool and silk and rayon and whatever I had. And I think I had 4 strands that I knitted, I think 4 rows. This is just 4 rows. And then I shrunk it. And, I put it in the washer and I shrunk it. And this is what I got. Oh, after I had decreased. But it was easy. Easy. And I think it just is like any yarn bowl that somebody could buy that costs a lot of money, and you can make your own yarn bowl. So I'm going to be talking about some of this stuff later. I've got a lot of yarn here, as you know, and a lot of good ideas, so we'll be working on that. So I think I mentioned that I set up Brian's shop, but I never talked about what it was called or anything. And so I just saw it sitting over here, and I wanted to show you. I designed his logo. Okay, so Brian's shop name is Fasten, Fasten, and then Knit, Knit. So I was talking with my friends, and my friend Gene said he thought that a bolt, because Brian is a fastening engineer, that a bolt with a hat on it or something would be really cool. And so I went in, I contacted the gal that did all of my logo work and found out that she is so busy with her artwork, she has no time to do logos and all of that. So I kind of had to do it myself. And I'm really pleased with how it kind of came out. I think he looks cute. Kind of a little South Park-ish, but that's okay. My kids love South Park, so oh well. And then the hardest part was getting this pattern, because I thought, well, it kind of looks like a knitted hat, and getting that in there, and because it actually extended beyond, and I had to go in and individually erase parts. But I just thought it looks kind of cool. So this is going to be Brian's logo, and I figure it's a good logo that you can have. You can have shirts or hats or something like that done. So that'll be nice for him to wear at the different events. But anyway, so all right. Well, it's almost time for us to get going to Danielle's birthday party. My oldest grandchild's going to be 13, or she is 13. She turned 13 on the 22nd. So we're going to go and celebrate her birthday and my mom's. So Mom's birthday is on Tuesday. So anyway, well, it was great talking with you. I hope that I shared enough things, and I've got some other things planned, and we just have to take it one day at a time. I have to see what I can get done. Each day is sometimes challenging. So we're going to see what we can do. But I love having you all in my life. I think that gives me something to look forward to, and things to show you, and that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being there for me, and just making me feel loved. How's that? So, okay, well, I think I'm going to sign off for now, and I will try and get another video up as soon as I can. And don't forget about those furls hooks and the cool pom-poms, because they will be on there, and have some fun. So, thank you. Bye. Mwah.